Hi, my name is Natasha. I'm here in London. We came together to teach you some stuff about how to overcome fear and how can you be yourself.
We've come up with a few different ways that you can do that. And I want to start out with Natasha going through one of the ways that she stays grounded in the moment and just, stays out of the fear mindset. So if you could just tell me, Natasha, what are you doing to stay out of that fear mindset?
One thing that I actually enjoy doing is yoga. Is great for the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Is there anything with yoga, like as far as the thoughts that you have? Do you have any interesting thoughts when you're in yoga, or are you just like in like a really like relaxed mindset?
Well, what I noticed that actually helps have make sure you set an intention when you're doing yoga throughout it, and it helps to have your eyes closed rather than open because you're like going within your body, so
Right.
within you, and you're blocking out everything that's surrounding you. And instead of having your mind wander, having mantra will actually be very helpful throughout that practice that you're doing.
Is there any like? Do you normally get some like incense or anything like that when you're doing yoga, or do you light any sage, or do you do anything like that?
Um, I'm actually a beginner, so I just do whatever I feel that's comfortable with me. I haven't used anything with outside of myself to help me keep calm besides like meditation,
Nice.
Like if you don't have anything that you have said, I recommend people to meditate because that eases the mind a lot easier for them to get their mind focused on whatever they want to do
Yeah.
in the present moment.
Yeah. And meditation, like you can meditate in so many different ways, and that's what I like about yoga, is that it is basically like a form of meditation where you can like
Movement.
yeah, you can just
Yeah.
bring yourself really into the moment. And yeah, that's a really good way to step outside of fear. Stop watching these things that are influencing you in all of these
Mhm.
negative ways, where you're following these other narratives and storylines that have nothing to do with the current moment that you're in. And instead of living in fear, you can bring yourself more into the now with yoga, like you were saying. I think that's really cool.
And actually, people who may say they have trouble actually meditating or doing yoga, um, it's different ways, like throughout your daily life. It's actually you meditate, like being mindful,
Yep.
actually being more in the present moment, using your five senses helps too as well. So, Landon, what's one of the things that you do that help you overcome fear?
So one of the things that I'm doing to help me overcome fear and to just kind of like piggyback off of the yoga is a lot of the times when I'm doing yoga, I like to observe my thoughts and pay attention to what I'm thinking. And so if there is any fear-based thoughts or, even fear-based emotions that come up within me at any time, but even with yoga, I confront them immediately and start questioning these thoughts. Why am I thinking this fear-based thought? Because a lot of people right now are so focused on a television that is basically just telling lies to your vision and telling you things, and nobody's questioning why. And they're basically accepting this message, and it could be any message, but this is just an example. They're accepting this message and they're deciding to live this reality. But you don't have to live the reality of being in fear when you start confronting it and when you start asking yourself why, and basically stepping into that uncomfortable fear. Because a lot of people, they don't even confront the fear. They just kind of allow the fear to be within them. And then that's the reality that they live, but they don't have to do that.
I can actually resonate with that. That happens with me sometimes. Well, the second thing actually relates to what you were talking about, but instead of thinking about it, writing actually helps. Whether you're questioning yourself and then you asking yourself whether there's something coming from you, or is it coming from someone else? Or like check in with yourself to see how you're doing throughout the day, or each situation where you feel as though that you feel heavy in certain or tense in certain spots. And also, you can do writing to yourself, express yourself a lot more. That's where self love comes in.
Yeah. I was just
And
thinking,
that helps.
I was self-love affirmations are like amazing to write down, and even intentions. So like, yeah, if someone's in fear, that makes so much sense for them to like actually put the fear down on paper and see what, like, why they're feeling this way.
It's more inner than outer. I would basically tell a person we're not human beings. We're a being. We're like, we all are energy. Wherever your energy level that you're at is what you attract.
Yeah.
That's how we are all connected. Everything that's living is energy.
Right.
So I have this kind of like, I'm living, my door's living, the bed's living, the fan's living.
Right.
Everything's energy. There's around you that's living is energy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Through just expressing yourself and allowing, even allowing yourself to be in that fear so you can become aware of it. And that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about too, was becoming aware of the fear. It's such an important thing because by writing it down or like seeing it for what it is and recognizing that you are feeling fearful right now, it really brings you to a point of just admitting it, and stepping into it and experiencing it and realizing that, you know what, I don't need to be this way. So becoming aware of it is extremely important. You can rewrite your whole story where you don't need to be in fear. This is why I felt fearful. This is how I'm going to feel moving forward with a situation like that. And writing it down is an example of doing that.
Okay, Landon. So where can they find you on social media,
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram at Landon_Perkins1111. And you can find me on YouTube at Landon Perkins. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to help you guys.
I can say thank you for watching. You're sending me much love. Thank you to you all. We are grateful for you watching. We're grateful for each individual. And we're always spreading love. And you're always welcome to help others to enlighten themselves and never feel like you're alone, because you're always welcome with us.